Hunter. All right, little review. You said you're high AF while playing this game, so have fun. All right, chat, for those who are new to stream, for 50,000 stream points, so if you watch the stream a lot, you can submit and purchase have your gameplay reviewed by me, and then the chat will also guess your SR. What was your in-game name here, by the way? Education. Pencils and papers out class. Okay. Eyes up to the chalkboard. They stopped using the chalkboard when I was in school. They used what we call overhead projectors. They'd have to like print out all their notes in like this like clear see-through like transparent paper, and then it would be projected onto the screen. And then they went into whiteboards right before I finished high school. Your in-game name is Zion or Zlon. Okay. All right, a little bit of Rhine action here. So you're gonna hold up close front here. That's honestly fine if your whole team is on board, which it seems like they are. You have a Sigma, Rhine, Moira. Mercy's gonna stick to these two. All right, it comps all right. Enemy team is the Rhine Czar. All right, so literally nobody on their team can contest you. Tracer can probably come up here and poke you a little bit, but like it's not gonna do much if you sit together. This is one of those comps where if you play high ground, almost nobody there can touch you except maybe Hanzo to challenge the angle. So hold that. Let's see what you do. All right, so you're just shielding. Your shield's gonna break soon. Backing up onto point. Now you're gonna hug and swing around this corner. Whoa, that is so dangerous. Because I think blind swinging like that is so dangerous because you're not running a Zarya to like bubble you while you do that. I think for the time being, if Sigma's holding this angle, you can just build ult charge by like hugging this box and using the end of like the hitbox to just swing and like build up there. The fact that you walked forward like that is very punishable, but your Sigma bailed you out with a huge shield here to help protect you, but that is so risky in my opinion. But then your Ashe was still holding this angle, so their Hanzo was dealing with that. So either you really like generally that'd be risky, but because of these variables, then it became a pretty decent play because you took space. So it's either you had a huge brain and you knew that was happening, or you just got away with murder. Nice. I like it. You got balls. You have a heal orb? You're just gonna have to swing. You have a mercy pocket. Just swing. Just swing. I think one of those things when you play Reinhardt is to also like understand like whether you have to know where your healers are at all times, and like the fact that you see your Moira behind you, you see a healing orb, and I can see on your screen Mercy's healing you. You don't have to be afraid. You know they don't have shadow. It's too early in the game. You can just alpha and swing that part and win. Playing Stone just makes you left click a lot and not think as much. At least that's how it is for you. Yeah. Yeah. Like, if you said you're high AF, like I was gonna say, you can, if you know they're not coming this way, you only see a Zarya, you hear the clunkiness. I can hear Ryan on my left side of my ear. Your job is to always keep an eye on that Reinhardt because he's just gonna shatter you through it. So he gets a free shatter because nobody kept an eye on where he was, although he does get punished. More situational awareness here. It's an even 5v5 right now, so you kind of have to work with your Sigma's best as you can. You almost have shatter. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I don't even have to say it. So after this, like, you're getting... Okay, so like right here, I can see the Mercy pocket, and I know your Moira's... Where's your Moira playing? I actually don't know where your Moira is. But you have a Mercy pocket, and here, that's where, like, you can probably risk swinging twice and just get that shatter. Since you're at 93%, you just basically go for it and gun it. All right, that's fine. You try to build it, but then what was this? The minute this happened, that's when everything turned to shit. Like, I know you're trying to build it on the Brig, then Fire Strike, then I think you should have just taken a step back here and just play with your Sigma. And then you waited for the Shatter. Because their Rein died. It's a free Shatter as long as they don't have a bubble. I think there's a missed opportunity there. And obviously this charge was a no bueno. Huge missed opportunity there. Unbind that shift key, man. Unbind that charge. That... Oh no. Do you have shield? Yeah, you did, I think. You have 500 shield here. You definitely could have just... Right there, as soon as that... You have to assess whether that Fire Struck hit. And your Sigma would have had a backup shield for you to take a few steps back and wait. Oh, that would have been... That would have been juicy. That's a free Shatter right there. 2 of them would have died. Huge missed opportunity there. And that's all Rein is half the time, right? Finding those opportunities to get big shatters just wins fights immediately. He's such a huge playmaker. Huge playmaker. You lose those opportunities to get those plays, you're just losing a lot of value as Rein. Okay, so right now, during this phase where they're poking, you don't want to give up too much like open space here, but at the same time, like, there's no reason to even shield hop. You could just hold your shield and they won't gain any L charge. You just kind of just wait so they back off. Like, it's okay to stand here with your shield up so they don't walk for free. Like, if you decide to play passive and like back up here randomly, then all of a sudden the enemy just like takes control of everything here. So like, you can just stand here with your shield up. Eventually the Zarya is going to give up and she's going to run back to her team almost always. But I know you hear the Tracer, but that's not really your job to deal with. Like, what can you really do against a Tracer realistically? You kind of have to hold the shield in the front there. Hold it against the Zarya laser and Zarya poke right now. That Zarya, don't let her build the thing for free. Okay, now you're taking space, moving forward. But you have low shield, to be careful. You have to try to counter shatter this. Nice try. I actually think that was the right idea if you did it like a little bit earlier. But it looks like you turned it around. The minute you get grabbed, it's a good heads up play. Sometimes if you counter shatter after grabbing, you can turn fights around. You have to understand when it's important to hold your shield up versus when to shatter to stop follow-up damage. And in that scenario, I think you did have the opportunity, maybe. It's kind of cutting it close. Like right here, you just done it. Oh, very close, very close. You killed the Rein, clean up. You seem like you're kind of lost right now because there's like action happening all over the place. And again, you always have to, when you know your Moira dies, your main heals, then you have to back up here for sure because they still have a lot alive. Right, the Tracer just got body blocked and caught. Nice. All right. Nice. You can hold space on the cart because I think your Mercy's back. Yeah, you see the Mercy pocket here? That's good. Just hold around this corner. Play with that bubble. Oh, close. Okay. So here, you're holding against it, but your shield is... You're losing the shield war because they have so much momentum. Here, with the Coalescence, just drop your shield with the bubble and Coalescence. Wait it out a little bit instead of flashing it, and then re-shield and react to the shatter. You have to anticipate the shatter coming, and like since you literally have nothing left and you have a bubble and coal, just work off that. Just swing for a bit, but be ready to react to that shatter. This is where you have to like prime your brain and get ready to flash the shield for it. Listen, all Reinhardt is, chat, when you want to counter and block shatters, is anticipation. If you're just blindly reacting to anything in this game, it's going to be so hard. If in your mind you already know it's coming, your reaction speed goes up by like 500 times. Okay, not really 500 times, but I remember doing this study in university on like neural anatomy about anticipation versus reaction time. It's like let's just say, like, have you ever done those reaction speed tests where like the minute the screen flashes, you click and it's like what, 250 milliseconds, right? But if the pattern, if you anticipate the pattern and they show you a pattern of it flashing on, off, and you know it's coming, your reaction speed increases so much more. If you have it in your head that you know the shadow's coming, you'll be 10 times faster to react. I remember, you know when Sombra's EMP and then Zenyatta's pop Transcendence, and then like all of Owl chat always goes, oh my god, crazy reaction. But honestly, it's not that impressive, in my opinion. I really don't think it's that good, like that crazy. It's a great play, don't get me wrong, but whenever Sombra's EMP and Zenyatta's are able to reactively transcend it, it's not because they are reacting to it, but in their brain, they're already anticipating it. And you have like 600 milliseconds to react to it because it's like 0.6 seconds for Sombra to unstealth and EMP. Like it's plenty of time to react to it. So here, work with your Coalescence and Bubble, anticipate the shatter, then you can just flash it instead of randomly guessing. And you would like flash your shield to block this, instead of putting it back up and risking it cracking at that point. When to swing versus when to shield is all about knowing if you have support, whether you have bubbles or heals, checking your shield health, and then checking the enemy's comp. Can they spam you out? Are you able to swing? No. I feel like watching this, you kind of just like randomly put up your shield, put it down without any sort of like thought into it, and you actually your shield is cracking before theirs for that reason. Their comp doesn't look any scarier than yours in terms of shield spam. You have Echo, Ashe, like they have what? Hanzo? Tracer's not really shooting your shield. You're gonna look for a shadow here, right? Just... Nice. Just swing until you hear the sound cue. Yeah, exactly. You can totally react to the sound cue. So instead of just guess shielding at 100 HP there earlier. Anyways, now you just gotta back up. It's really tough to shield against the Tracer. I think it's more worth it to shield the front incoming damage from Hanzo and stuff. Some people are confused on Rein, like whether they have to turn back and deal with the people behind them or like hold the shield up front. I'm gonna say in most cases, against flankers, it's your job to actually keep your shield up against the oncoming front line versus turning yourself around and trying to like attack a Tracer or Doomfist in the back, okay? Does that make sense, guys? The worst thing that happens is like, unless you have a shatter to turn around and shatter or do something significant, like turning around when you, it's just like almost no value, depending on where they're playing, right? Like here, doing this and trying to turn around and block a Tracer when she's able to be so hyper mobile, you're just gonna get crossfired by this Hanzo. And it's just better to hold your ground and stop the sightlines of the Hanzo, the Moira, and everybody else, and let your team deal with the Tracer. That's why sometimes it feels very helpless to play Rein, but realistically, that's your job. And if you're turning around and doing that, you're just opening too many angles for the enemy. Like here, look at that. You're all turning for it. We're just lucky that McCree didn't get punished there, but their Hanzo and Brig were just walking forward. There you go. Now that you're holding this space, that's very important. You guys do that, right? I guarantee you a lot of this, you guys on Rein are guilty of like, fuck, am I supposed to turn around? Or am I supposed to just stand and hold the front line? I'm gonna say not every time though. There are certainly times to turn around and punish someone. Like if they get flash, you can turn around and pin. If they get slept behind, you can turn around and pin them or something, as an example. There you go. Just don't drop your shield here. You can't do anything if you drop your shield. Literally nothing. You just hold it there. They're too far. You can't get any swings. Your shield cracked at the coalescence. That's tough. They had a lot of ults there. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. You're just dead. You can point fingers at mom over here for that one. That one was. I don't agree with that, Rez. You can yell at your mom. Just kidding. Don't actually yell at Flame. All right, here. Do you see the bubble? The Rhine shield's pretty healthy. You're gonna have to gamble Shatter here because you're literally gonna die. You can Shatter. You're right. He charged all the way back there. Okay. Nice. I think. Yeah, there's honestly not much you could do. They have a second coalescence. Oh man. On up with the Shatter Q, there was no follow-up. I think somebody has to make a play here because I think you're on the back foot. After you get the res, you're already down 2. You're already like significantly, honestly, no matter what you do, I think you're almost dead in most scenarios. Like I think you guys lose this already because, wait, no, are you down 2? You already lost the Echo ult and you're dead. And you go for the res here. They have Rally. They have Rally. And they have a Cole coming up. And there's Zarya's full energy and she's full of armor. They're all rallied and armored up. This guy just charged it and took this space. Mora's off doing whatever. This guy's literally in the air, booped by the Rhine. I think you actually had to try to make a play here, and that's why I don't think it was a bad Shatter per se, because like I don't think that you would have seen any other opportunity to do it at this point. Actually, yeah. In hindsight, there was nothing. Like, only thing I can think of is like the Shatter into a charge. Maybe you would have found a different opportunity in hindsight, but. Other option, yeah, you could have held on to it, and then once this Rhine dies, and then you Shatter when they're closer like this. Actually, that probably would have been better. Honestly, I'll be honest, in that situation, I probably would have went for it to try to make something happen, because you'll never know how much longer you're gonna live based on that. Easy to say when it's in a replay, but in that moment, I might have done the same, I'll be honest with you. Anyways, overall, I think you should play around cover, just like Big Bomb says. I think you're kind of like in the open a lot more than you should be. Like, play around cover till you know you have to commit. Like, play your corners, play LOS a little bit more, like right around here. I think walking out past this line is a death zone. I think you kind of have to just like cram yourself around here until the payload gets around here, and then use the payload as cover and this wall. Because right here, I think you just lose the shield war. They're just charging through. Like, walking like this, oh, there's not much to be done here. Because you already had Shatter, and then you lose that swing war significantly. Oh man, where's your other Zarya? Playing behind you? How did you take so much more damage? What did they do to you? No, he just swung 3 times for free. He swung 5 times on you into a fire strike. Oh my god, this guy just like out alpha to you. You have to commit to the swings or you don't. And I think because you push yourself forward here, then you realize you're caught no man's land. You have to backpedal with your shield up. And then he took advantage of that and just swung 5 times onto you. Right? That's why, like, if you just played here to begin with, he wouldn't have gotten that opportunity to do that to you. And you had to just use this cover. You already had your Shatter. So yeah, at the end of the day, the TLDR, the biggest takeaway from this Rhine gameplay is what I said earlier, just understand, like, and use cover cover and then make use of the hitbox of the swings. Cover is your next best shield. Number 2, positionally, I like how you're very like aggressive. There's always a time to dial back. You had a couple of random charges and like random pushing forward where like nothing of value was gained. Like here, earlier when you were just like moving up with no follow-up and all that stuff. And then you have to, number 3, understand the healers that you have with you. If you have resources being dumped to you, by all means, you can like press forward and swing like crazy, right? A mercy pocket, a coalescence, etc., etc. In this case, you didn't. So this was like the worst time to kind of do that. Number 4, if they have flankers, you don't necessarily need to turn around.
Good day and keep it up.
Thank you, Sparks, for the 15 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. That was really nice. And so if they have like flankers like a tracer, you don't really want to turn around for her necessarily because there's really not much you specifically can do. Hold the line, hold the front line. And number 5, yeah, just less randomness. I just feel like it's very easy when you play Ryan for the first time, just get into the habit of just swing shield without too much thought into it. I know you said you're high while you're playing this, so like I know you weren't on your A game. I'm sure there's probably better games you played than this, but there needs to just be more thought put into it. Like Ryan isn't the most mechanically intensive hero, right? You don't have to really aim. You just hold the shield up and move forward or back and just swing. It's all about mind games. Just being smart with like putting a shield up versus swinging. And, you know, basing it off that. Anyways, that was my biggest takeaway. That's the review. You played your main in the second half? We could have watched that one instead, but I just judged your Reinhardt. GR. All right, chat. What level do you think that gameplay was? Gold? Plat? Gold? What's up, Rush? What's up, Itis? Plat? Silver? Plat? Gold? Damn, some people are giving you a silver. I don't think you're silver. I think that was plat. Hard to tell when they're stoned, right? All right, reveal to everybody. What is your true rank? What rank was that in? That was 2653 SR. High gameplay. Yeah, that looked about right. I think if you just clean up like the decision making, put more thought into it, you'll definitely see some more improvements. And you had a few playmaking opportunities that were missed. Understand when it's the most appropriate to shatter. They lost the Rhine in one moment where it was just a free shatter right there. You knew because you played with mom? Wow, what are the chances? So that was platinum, guys. 2600.